Hello and welcome to another beer with Wraggy slash Rattle and Rum Brewdog versus Vocation Brewery's Ding. Yes, indeed. Mint chocolate stout barrel aged 12.2% versus a 7.4%. But ABV wise, yes, there's a difference. Taste wise, in the sense of ABV, they're not far off actually. They don't taste that different. Initially at least. So, Brewdog's Rattle and Rum is their rum and oak chip stout, limited and exclusive small batch release. Yet it's in every supermarket, and it's been there a while. It looks like it's a. I'm not so sure the word small batch applies to this, but it's a stunning beer nonetheless. So, second time drinking it, beer versus beer. Um, Oh, that nose is just stunning. There we go. Look at the pour. Lovely neon black pour with quite a dark tan head. Um, Slightly oaky nose. Like a vanilla. I certainly get the hint of rum. Chocolate. It's a very nice beer. Whether you like Brewdog or not, it is a very nice beer. Oh, now this is cold, so it's chilly. But it's nice roastiness on there. Certainly get an ice cream vibe from it, from the beer, which is quite interesting because the next beer you do actually get an ice cream vibe as well. So that's really weird. Um, Great to have this beer out in the open. So let me move some bottles because I'm a bit heavy on bottles and glasses. So today, a beer of Wraggy, yes, indeed. Got up this morning, anxiety through the roof. The second I woke up, red anxiety. Couldn't even go downstairs and lay on the settee properly. Um, Legs on fire, really super anxious. Went outside before I went to work. Checked the shed next door. Checked the outside of the house. Nothing. Put traps down. Put the mouse traps down. Nothing. Put poison up there. Nothing. So I do think that the two rats that I killed on Monday, was it Tuesday? No, I can't remember now. These days are all falling into one. Were the ones. I drove the car to work. Sounded bloody awful. It's blowing. It's got a brand new exhaust on. Got engine management light on. It's like fucking hell. Absolutely awful. I did have a bad day at work, to be fair. We've come home, took the car down to, well, first things first, I actually cemented. So I've cemented up the hole where they got through. And then cemented it, filled it with cement, and then in front, steel gauze. Cemented the steel gauze into it, so it's all binded together. So that unless they're superhero rats, they shouldn't get back in. And I reckon it's the wife's cakes. I reckon the smell of the cakes just drives them towards the house. Obviously, they like food, don't they? Like most people and animals. Um, but yeah, I've re-cemented it all, smoothed it all in. Hopefully, that's the end of that. Hopefully, I'm still going to keep the mouse traps going for the future. Probably through winter. I'm just going to keep going. Them dark nights favour rodents. So next door in the shed next door, two will be deployed in there at any time. 4 or 5 on the decking and around the bins, just for my sanity. Took the Skoda down. Skoda's now fixed. It does sound throaty. The exhaust is a cheap exhaust. I paid, well, in total 220. If I'd have gone to a place where you get the proper exhaust, it would have been like 400 or 500. So, yeah, it is what it is. But it's drivable again. It just sounds a bit different on the exhaust side of things. But it's working. The engine management light's gone off, so that story's put to bed until the MOT. The BMW, however, to fix it, it's not the diesel particulate filter. It's not that. It is the flywheel for the clutch. That is fucking super expensive. You've got to drop out the engine. And then while you're doing that, you might as well do the chain because it's over 100,000 miles already. Because the chain could go within a month for you doing that. And then again, that's more expense. And by doing them two, you've still got the particulate filter, which is playing up. And you've got the chance of the injectors not coming out and going back in, which is 250 quid each. We just have not got that money, you know. We are, I mean, it's a lovely car, but yeah, absolutely gutted. Saved up for it, and yeah, we'll never buy a BMW again. Never. Never, ever, ever. So, yeah. Slightly better anxiety tonight, slightly less stress. We know what's going to happen now. We know we've got to save money. Still trying to pay for a wedding for next year. It's shit, isn't it? You know, life can be such a shit bag at times. Back to the beer though. It's a lovely aroma coming off this. Like I say, it's got like a vanilla vibe to it. Certainly smell the bum. You can certainly smell the woodiness. Oh. So the battle of the craft beers. Next up, brand new into supermarkets, about a month behind the Brewdog release, is this 7th anniversary Vocation Brewery mint chocolate stout barrel aged, 12.2%, £4. £4 in supermarkets. That is outstanding for a barrel aged beer for £4 in the supermarket. Luxurious minty and bittersweet flavours give way to a sophisticated after dinner style dark chocolate enhanced by barrel aging over 9 months in bourbon. So we're going to get this out. So you've got like an oak aged and a bourbon barrel mint. So crazy, crazy beers in supermarkets. But you know, by coming into supermarkets, they let the population know what's out there. So you're not really a craft beer fan, but you see these in supermarkets and you think, blooming heck. You try them and you think, wow, they're stunning beers. Black pour, slightly darker head than the Brewdog release. Initially, the Brewdog is the better nose. Yeah, the mint's starting to appear. Yeah, a little bit more now. On taste. Oh. Mint choc chip ice cream. It's going to be a very interesting battle. Don't let the ABVs deceive you. It's about taste. It's about aroma. I didn't do this live because it's been a terrible week. And I've got to get my head right first. So apologies for that. So it's the battle of the craft beer. Supermarket craft beer battle. I ain't going to get all that in the bloody description. So been tough. Still here. Still fighting. and we'll carry on. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to be defeated. I am going to enjoy some amazing beers. I'm going to get to about 20 minutes, and I'm probably going to choose a winner. So, Vocation in the Vocation glass, as you'd expect. I'm sure this is in a Brewdog glass. Okay. Yeah, could have sworn it was a Brewdog glass. Okay. So, but anyway, we know that's Vocation. You can see it on the writing. So they look pretty similar. Yeah, there's not much in between them on looks. So we'll call that a dead heat. You know, if there's no between them, there's no between them. By gosh, it's cold in here tonight. Wow. Certainly going to need that fire on soon. I need to bring the Calagas bottle down, get it hooked up, and get ready for winter beer reviews. It's my stomach. I could hear this noise and I'm thinking, oh no. I'm not good with noises. It is my bloody stomach. So, on the nose, beer versus beer. Brewdog versus Vocation. Bring the Vocation bottle up. Put it there. There we go. Two amazing beers. Without a shadow of a doubt. Whatever you think about maybe one of them. But there we go. Gotta say, that nose on the Brewdog is the oat shit. Like I say, vanilla into rum, chocolate. Oh, it's a bloody tour de force. That's a stunning beer from Brewdog. Mint chocolate on this. And I've got to be 100% honest. Brewdog wins. On the aroma, the Brewdog beer is the winner. So a bit of a Brewdog is slightly in front here. Obviously ABV, that's 7.4, 12.2. So there's a bit of a gulf in the ABV. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not tasting it on booziness. I'm tasting it on taste. Oh, complexities. There's a woodiness. Again, the vanilla. Again, that little bit of rum is popping in. Oh, stunning beer, mind you. Just gonna let this one wash in first because that's quite powerful. Taste wise, it's really complex and quite overpowering. So it's going to take a minute just to get this one to balance that. Wow. Feeling the ABV now. I have to have a lie down the settee when I get in. Proper chilly tonight in here. Bloody hell. Obviously, we've had the heating on in the house. We try and keep upstairs to about 20 degrees. Oh, we haven't even got to 20 degrees today, so it just goes to show you how cold it's getting. Obviously, it's November. We've done well to get to November with really not having the heating on an awful lot. And if I remember rightly, we are quite ahead. We was loads ahead on credit, and then all of a sudden it seems to have just disappeared. I never understand how these bloody companies work it out. We're on a smart meter, we're paying monthly. They tell us we're 800 quid in credit, and then all of a sudden we're like 100 quid, and it's like, where the bloody hell did that go? We hadn't even used it. And they explained to the wife, but it's just, it baffles me. And I had a grade A O level in maths, and their working out just boggles my mind. So yeah, there you go. Obviously, this is down to personal tastes. Um, I reviewed this beer and I reviewed this beer singly. They were both absolutely outstanding beers. Don't care about politics and what's happened or not happened at breweries. I don't care. I'm not interested. Um, they'll sort that out themselves, or the media will sort it out. I'm only here to review the beer. I'm not here to get dragged down by other people's agendas, politics. It's just not. It's just not really worth my hassle. Not interested. Got my own problems. Got my own mental health issues. Can't be dragging myself into other people's and being. It's. I suppose it's the same with the world at large. I've obviously got a bloody opinion. I don't want to drag myself in. For my own mental health, I need to keep a step back at all times. There was a comment the other day which did make me laugh. Somebody who likes a bit of Duvel saying that we'll have a drinking thing, me versus you, and I drink these beers. Yes, you probably are a better drinker than me. And there was a comment about being a man, and I'm like, boy, you might have your accent from where you come from. Don't ever judge someone because he's 5'7" or because he suffers mental health that he's not, you know, quite the person. Yeah. It was a funny comment, and I never replied. I'm not going to go down that road, and so I'm not interested. But when it comes to drinking, yeah, on my days, I can drink amounts that would frighten, especially when I'm stressed, as I am at the moment, and as I have been this week. Worst week ever for me. Just multiple things all at once that just compound. And in the grand scheme of things, you look back and you think, it wasn't that bad really. But it's the way it hit us like a brick. It was just woof, 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 woof. And I don't mean in a dog sense. Back to the beer. 17, 18 minutes in. I did say it was going to be a long one. If you're doing this at home, if you do this at home, get both the beers. They're both available at Tesco's. That's available at Sainsbury's. And I think Morrison's now, actually. For a small batch release, they've done well. Small batch. My what's the word? Yeah, it rhymes with Ross. But I'm not going to slag them off. It's a nice beer. Now, it's that time to age now. And the bourbon is starting to flow through now. Sorry, the rum. You can have bourbon. I'm half drunk. Yeah, the rum. Yeah, the rum's coming more to the front. That's what you get when you drink beer. Drink beer, touch it. Still getting that vanilla. Still getting that lovely. It's like a sweet vanilla, but it's beautiful. And the woodiness from the oak pops in and out. And like I say, I'm giving this time, bourbon, giving this time for it to show its face. I want to experience the bourbon side of it. I've already got the mint chocolate in abundance. Still, I think that the Brewdog has the better nose. The mint chocolate is not as good, beer versus beer, as this as the rum rather, the rum oak with the vanilla. Let's dive back into the taste. See if the taste opens up. Sadly, no, the bourbon is not coming through. Is that a temperature thing? It's quite cool in there tonight. It's 10 degrees. Is it a warmth thing now? I can't go too long because it's freezing in there. So I'm just going to warm them up in my hand and try and warm them up in my hand. I'm freezing, I am, so it's not warming up very much. Obviously, they're both what you would class as imperial stouts. Well, maybe not the Rattle and Rum. It's more just a stout. It's more of a double stout than an imperial strength. This obviously certainly is imperial strength. Although, funnily enough, it does not actually say imperial. But we know, don't we? So obviously, at room temperature, these would be quite different. Would I say room temperature's king for these beers? Yeah, I would actually. I would. But it's interesting nonetheless to review them at this temperature and to see how the complexities. I think at room temperature, the bourbon barrel aged would show its face a bit more. But at this temperature, yeah. And it is in the Brewdog glass as well, funnily enough. Right. Let's see who wins. Beer versus beer. The mint chocolate's got a fruitier side to it. From the mint, obviously. The bourbon's not showing its face. This this has got more of an edge with the aroma for certain. There's a dryness to it. There's a woodiness. There's the vanilla. Obviously, it's all down to personal preference. In the end of the day. But tonight, for the sake of this, my craft beer of the year so far at supermarkets, and this beer battle, I was a little bit surprised about that because the Vocation beer is simply a stunning beer. But against each other's, face to face, Rattle and Rum from Brewdog has just won. It's amazing to do beer reviews, but it's also amazing to do beer versus beer, where you're tasting both, you're smelling both, you're comparing. That to me is the king. That's the king of beer reviews because it's the same time, and it's like, wow, how did you win? Separately, I would have put Vocation number one. Didn't think Brewdog had a chance. Together versus when I'm trying to pick out the varieties and the aromas, Brewdog's won. Wow. So massive thank you for everybody's over the last few days. It's been very heartwarming to have the kindness showed towards this person. And if you get these beers, try them yourself and see if you agree. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. We can but hope. It's not nice having crap days because every day turns into a week or more, and yeah, it just makes life tough, really tough. And now I'm going to neck these off camera, go up the house, sit on the settee with a fleece on me, and then go upstairs and watch TV in bed. Bloody freezing. Cheers, all.